In the realm of healthcare, odds ratios are poised to play a pivotal role in the advancement of personalized medicine. By leveraging individual patient profiles and vast amounts of medical data, odds ratios could be used to tailor treatments with unprecedented precision. This could lead to more effective healthcare interventions, as doctors would be able to assess the likelihood of success for different treatment options based on a patient's unique characteristics and medical history. The future may also bring significant advancements in how we visualize and communicate odds ratios. As data becomes more complex, the need for clear and intuitive ways to present statistical concepts to non-experts becomes increasingly important. We might see the development of interactive graphics and user-friendly software tools that make odds ratios more accessible to a wider audience. These tools could help bridge the gap between data scientists and decision makers, ensuring that insights derived from odds ratio analysis are accurately understood and applied. The integration of odds ratios with other advanced statistical measures and machine learning algorithms is another exciting prospect. By combining the interpretability of odds ratios with the power of techniques like Bayesian methods and neural networks, data scientists could develop more robust and comprehensive analytical frameworks. This fusion of approaches could enhance the applicability of odds ratios in complex data environments, allowing for more nuanced and accurate predictions. As data science continues to evolve, odds ratios are likely to maintain their crucial role in interpreting complex relationships within big data. However, their application may expand beyond traditional fields like epidemiology and social sciences. We might see odds ratios being used in novel ways to analyze high-dimensional and unstructured data, opening up new avenues for insight in areas like natural language processing or computer vision. The development of new statistical frameworks that better accommodate the nuances of modern datasets is another potential direction for the future of odds ratio analysis. These frameworks could address challenges posed by high-dimensional data, nonlinear relationships, and the increasing prevalence of unstructured information. By adapting odds ratios to these new data landscapes, researchers could unlock insights that were previously hidden or difficult to quantify. As we approach the culmination of our exploration into odds ratios, it's time to put your understanding to the test. The journey through this powerful statistical tool has been complex, but the real challenge lies in mastering its application in real-world scenarios. Let's synthesize what we've learned and uncover the core principles that separate novices from experts in the world of odds ratios. At its essence, the odds ratio is a comparative measure calculated by dividing the odds of an event occurring in one group by the odds of it occurring in another. This simple calculation belies the profound insights it can provide across various fields of study. An odds ratio greater than 1 indicates that the event is more likely to occur in the first group compared to the second, while a value less than 1 suggests the opposite. However, interpreting these numbers requires a nuanced understanding that goes beyond mere calculation. One of the key takeaways in mastering odds ratios is recognizing the distinction between association and causation. Researchers often emphasize that odds ratios do not imply causation, but rather highlight an association between variables. This distinction is crucial when applying odds ratios in fields such as epidemiology, marketing, or social sciences, where misinterpretation can lead to flawed conclusions or misguided policies. Context plays a pivotal role in the accurate interpretation of odds ratios. The same numerical value can have vastly different implications depending on the population and conditions under study. For instance, an odds ratio of 1.5 for a rare disease might represent a significant finding, while the same value for a common condition could be less impactful. This contextual understanding is what sets apart skilled analysts from those who merely perform calculations. The versatility of odds ratios across different fields is a testament to their power as an analytical tool. In epidemiology, they help identify risk factors for diseases. In marketing, They can quantify the effectiveness of advertising campaigns. In social sciences, they might reveal patterns in educational outcomes or employment trends. This broad applicability underscores the importance of mastering odds ratios for data scientists working across diverse domains. However, with great power comes great responsibility. Ethical considerations are paramount when working with odds ratios, particularly in sensitive areas such as public health and criminal justice. Misinterpretation or misuse of odds ratios can lead to harmful consequences affecting individuals and communities. Data scientists must be acutely aware of the potential impact of their analyses and strive for transparency in their methods and interpretations. Mastering odds ratios involves more than just understanding their mathematical properties. It requires a holistic approach that considers the context of their application, the limitations of the data being analyzed, and the ethical implications of their use in research and decision-making. Comprehensive guidelines for effective odds ratio use include ensuring clarity in communication, avoiding common pitfalls in interpretation, and being aware of the constraints and potential biases in the underlying data. As we move into an era dominated by big data and artificial intelligence, the relevance of odds ratios remains undiminished. In fact, their role may become even more critical as we grapple with increasingly complex datasets and sophisticated analytical techniques. Odds ratios can serve as a bridge between advanced machine learning models and interpretable insights, helping to explain the decisions of complex AI systems in terms that stakeholders can understand. The core principles for effective use of odds ratios in data science are multifaceted. First, maintain a critical perspective on the data and its limitations. Second, always consider alternative explanations and potential confounding factors. Third, communicate results with clarity and context, avoiding oversimplification. Fourth, be transparent about methodologies and assumptions. Finally, remain vigilant about the ethical implications of your analyses, particularly when they may impact vulnerable populations. Now that we've explored the theoretical foundations of odds ratios, it's time to put your knowledge into practice. While understanding the concepts is crucial, true mastery comes from hands-on experience with real-world data and scenarios. Let's challenge your analytical skills and push the boundaries of your odds ratio expertise. Our first exercise draws from a health survey dataset where we'll examine the relationship between smoking habits and the development of lung cancer. Imagine you have data from 1,000 participants with 500 smokers and 500 non-smokers. Among the smokers, 50 have developed lung cancer, while among non-smokers, 10 have developed the disease. Your task is to calculate the odds ratio and interpret its meaning in this context. Remember to consider the confidence intervals and statistical significance of your results. As we progress, we'll tackle more complex scenarios. Consider a genetic study investigating the link between a specific gene mutation and cancer risk. In this dataset, 34 out of 356 individuals with the mutated gene have developed cancer. Your challenge is to calculate the odds of cancer for those with and without the gene mutation, then determine the odds ratio that quantifies the risk associated with this genetic factor. But calculating odds ratios is just the beginning. A critical skill for data scientists is the ability to identify and avoid common pitfalls in interpretation. Let's explore a scenario where the odds ratio might be mistaken for relative risk. Suppose you're analyzing data on a common health condition that affects 30% of the population. If your odds ratio calculation suggests a 2.5 times higher odds for a particular risk factor, how would you explain this result to avoid overestimating the actual risk increase? Communication is key in data science, and translating statistical findings into actionable insights is a valuable skill. Your next challenge is to take the results from our gene mutation study and craft a clear, concise explanation for 3 different audiences: fellow data scientists, medical professionals, and patients with no statistical background. How would you adjust your language and presentation to effectively convey the implications of your analysis to each group? To further hone your skills, let's dive into a case study from the field of epidemiology. You're tasked with analyzing the effectiveness of a new medication in reducing the risk of a specific disease. The study involves 1,000 participants split evenly between those taking the medication and a control group. Your analysis reveals an odds ratio of 0.64 for the medication group. How would you interpret this result? And what additional information might you need to provide a comprehensive assessment of the medication's efficacy? As we advance, it's crucial to recognize the limitations of odds ratios and know when to employ alternative measures. Consider a scenario where you're studying a common outcome, such as the prevalence of a particular side effect in a widely used medication. How might the use of odds ratios potentially mislead in this context, and what alternative approaches could you suggest to more accurately represent the risk? Let's also explore the application of odds ratios in non-medical fields. Imagine you're working with a tech company to analyze user engagement with a new feature. You have data on various user characteristics and their likelihood of using the feature regularly. How would you apply odds ratio analysis to identify the factors most strongly associated with feature adoption? What challenges might you encounter in interpreting these results, and how would you address them? For our final exercise, we'll tackle a complex data set with multiple variables and potential confounding factors. You're given a large data set on customer churn for a subscription-based service, including demographic information, usage patterns, and customer support interactions. Your task is to conduct a comprehensive odds ratio analysis to identify the key factors associated with churn risk. How would you approach this analysis, accounting for potential interactions between variables and ensuring the validity of your results? Throughout these exercises, it's essential to maintain a critical perspective on the data and its limitations. Always consider alternative explanations and potential confounding factors. Strive to communicate your results with clarity and context, avoiding oversimplification. Be transparent about your methodologies and assumptions, and remain vigilant about the ethical implications of your analyses, particularly when they may impact vulnerable populations. You might think you've mastered odds ratios by now, but the truth is the most powerful insights are still waiting to be uncovered. The world of statistical analysis is vast and ever evolving, and staying at the cutting edge requires a commitment to continuous learning. Fortunately, there's a wealth of resources available to help you transform your understanding of odds ratios from proficient to exceptional. Let's start with video content, which can be an excellent way to reinforce and expand your knowledge. The YouTube video Mastering Odds Ratios in Logistic Regression, a step-by-step guide, offers a comprehensive breakdown of odds and odds ratios, presenting these concepts in a clear and structured manner. For those looking to deepen their understanding of statistical relationships, odds ratios and log odds ratios, clearly explained, provides a detailed explanation of how odds ratios are calculated and interpreted. If you're particularly interested in effectively communicating odds ratios, especially in medical and health research contexts, a guide to odds ratios, what they are and how to communicate them clearly, offers practical examples and strategies. For a more structured learning experience, online courses can provide both theoretical knowledge and practical applications. Platforms like Coursera and edX offer modules on logistic regression and odds ratios as part of broader data science and statistics courses. For instance, the data science specialization on Coursera and Introduction to Statistics on edX both cover these topics in depth. These courses often include hands-on exercises and projects allowing you to apply your knowledge to real-world scenarios. To stay current with the latest developments in statistical methods, including odds ratio analysis, consider engaging with professional organizations. The American Statistical Association, ASA, and the Royal Statistical Society, RSS, regularly host conferences and workshops that cover advanced statistical techniques. These events not only provide access to cutting-edge research, but also offer valuable networking opportunities with experts in the field. When it comes to practical application, having the right tools at your disposal is crucial. Statistical software packages like R and Python offer libraries specifically designed for calculating and interpreting odds ratios. In R, the Epitools package provides functions for odds ratio calculations, while the GLM function can be used for logistic regression analysis. Python users can turn to the StatsModels library, which offers similar capabilities for logistic regression and odds ratio calculations. For those moments when you need quick answers or want to discuss complex problems, online communities can be invaluable resources. Platforms like Stack Overflow and Cross-Validated, part of Stack Exchange, are excellent forums for discussing advanced statistical methods, including odds ratios. Here you can ask questions, share insights, and learn from experienced statisticians and data scientists. Additionally, Reddit's R statistics community provides a platform for valuable discussions on various statistical topics. As you continue to expand your knowledge, it's important to remember that mastering odds ratios is an ongoing process. The field of statistical analysis is constantly evolving, with new methodologies and applications emerging regularly. Staying updated with the latest developments is crucial for any practitioner looking to maintain their expertise. One way to keep your skills sharp is by regularly engaging with academic literature. Scholarly journals in statistics, epidemiology, and data science often publish articles that push the boundaries of odds ratio analysis and its applications. While these papers can be challenging, they offer insights into cutting-edge techniques and novel approaches that you might not encounter in more general resources. Another valuable approach is to seek out case studies and real-world applications of odds ratio analysis across different fields. This can help you understand how these statistical tools are applied in various contexts, from medical research to marketing strategies. By examining how odds ratios are used to solve diverse problems, you can develop a more nuanced understanding of their strengths and limitations. Don't underestimate the power of practical experience. As you learn new concepts and techniques, try to apply them to your own projects or datasets. This hands-on approach can help solidify your understanding and reveal nuances that might not be apparent from theoretical study alone. Consider participating in data science competitions or contributing to open source projects that involve odds ratio analysis to further hone your skills. Lastly, remember that learning is often most effective when it's collaborative. Consider forming or joining a study group with colleagues or peers who share your interest in statistical analysis. Regular discussions and problem-solving sessions can help reinforce your knowledge and expose you to different perspectives and approaches. As we conclude our exploration of odds ratios, it's clear that this statistical concept is more than just a theoretical abstraction. It's a powerful tool that can significantly enhance your ability to interpret complex data relationships and make informed decisions based on statistical evidence. By mastering odds ratios, you're equipping yourself with a versatile skill that's essential for effective communication of research findings, particularly in fields like medical research, where they can indicate strong associations and lead to impactful health interventions. The true power of odds ratios lies in their ability to transform raw data into actionable insights. Whether you're analyzing customer behavior, evaluating medical treatments, or assessing risk factors, odds ratios provide a clear, quantifiable measure that can guide decision-making across various fields. As you move forward in your data science journey, challenge yourself to apply this newfound knowledge in your next project. By doing so, you'll not only deepen your understanding, but also unlock new possibilities for data-driven discoveries and innovation.